Stampaholics, and welcome back to Stampaholics Anonymous. Today we are going to look at something that is so much fun and that worked out so nice. I'm, telling you this already, even though we haven't even looked at the product yet. Today we are going to look at the 4 holos that I picked up from Primark. Thanks again, Tilly, for letting me know that these exist. I went out the next day and grabbed these on my birthday, and I am so happy that I did. It's amazing. It's amazing what you can get for €4. So I have already swatched this. That's why I'm so happy and so amazed about these. But there's 4 shades available. I don't know if there are more like in different countries. I'm not sure. That might be the case, but in Germany at my Primark I could only get 4 colors. They are linear holos, and boy are they hollow. You can see how hollow that is, right? You can see that on camera. They are calling them chrome. This is not chrome, you guys. This is straight up hollow, like it's supposed to be, like it was given to us from the holo gods. Yeah, and there's, like I said, 4 colors. First up we have this silver, which is called Cyber. And then we have this, which I now learned, blue, light blue one, which is called Skylight. I deducted that from the name Skylight, that this is supposed to be a very light blue. If you compare it to Cyber, you can barely see the difference, but it is blue, believe me. And then we have this pink one, or rose gold one, if you want to call it that. It's called Pink Strobe. Very nice. And then we have a purple one, which is called Lilac Chrome. There's that word again. Doesn't make any sense. They don't even have a chrome finish, but that's just what they want to call them. They are from the Instagirl line from Primark, and that might be like a limited edition thing. So if you live close to a Primark, or if you have access to one, I would suggest to go out and grab these as soon as you can if you're into holos. If you don't like holos, there's no need for you to get these, even though I think that this is like an amazing value. You get 10.5 milliliters. Let me pull out some comparisons so we can compare. Okay, I grabbed some comparison bottles. Of course, this is like a super cheap lacquer. This is a 1-coater holo, so it's not really fair to compare them. But you can see that from, the amount of linear holo that you get in here, this does not have to hide. That's what my opinion is. This one is 15 milliliters, so that's like 4.5 milliliters more than the Instagirl. But this is like 3 times as much as this one. So you pay €12 for a super cheap lacquer, with the added bonus of it being a 1-coater. I like that about them. And you pay €4 for 10.5 milliliters this one. So that's a decent price, and I think it's it's totally okay to pay €4 for that amount of linear holo. I also pulled out a different dimension to compare, maybe like with the blue. You can see that this one does not have to hide against this one. This is one of my faves, the Loch Ness Monster, and how much is in here? This is also 15 milliliters, and different dimension is also like right around the $10, $11, $12 mark, I think. I will have to look it up and put it on screen. But the reason why I pulled out the different dimension one is because it's similar formula-wise, in that you have to build it up quite a bit, especially when you have like lighter colors of linear holo. You do have to build them up. I have a very, very light one that was like one of the first linear holos that I ever got. Hold on a second, I'm not prepared today. I'm so sorry, you guys. Yeah, and that's this glam polish. That was like one of the first linear holos that I ever got. It's called Ornate. This is, this doesn't even say how many milliliters this is, but this is like really, really comparable to these, because you have to build it up in 3 coats as well, because it's so light and delicate. You have to build it up. So I already took that, away. These are all 3 coaters, which I didn't mind one bit, because the formula is pretty awesome and easy to work with. But let's look at the swatches, the live swatches, so you don't have to take my word for it, but you can see the live application and my swatch pictures, and then I'll be back with like favorites and final words and thoughts on this.
Alright, let's get this holo party started. We're starting off with the silver linear holo, which is called Cyber. I already took that away, but these are like really, really subtle and sheer, so it took me 3 coats to build it up to like full opacity, or like a opacity that I was happy with. But I didn't really mind that. And like I mentioned before, a few of the indies that I have, especially if the color of the polish itself is like really, really light, you do have to, build it up in 3 coats, and I did not mind one bit doing that. You can see that the formula is pretty easy to work with. It's not too thin, even though it is sheer and thinner, but it doesn't run anywhere. It just stays where you put it. It is really good at self-leveling itself, even at 3 coats. I didn't have like any lumps and bumps or like weird buildup on my nails, so doing those 3 coats isn't bad at all. I mean, you could try putting them over like a chrome polish or like a silver base, but I think wearing them at 3 coats is just fine. My swatch pictures will be without top coat because I'm a lazy bitch, and I didn't put top coat on. If I were to wear these out, of course I would put on a glossy top coat. Alright, next up is this light blue linear holo, which is called Skylight. It is really, really subtle, the blue is, and I didn't realize it at first, but you can see here in the swatch pictures, once I build it up at 3 coats, you're going to see that subtle light blue, which is really delicate and nice. I like that. Same good formula. It's not watery, it's not too thick, it's just the right, perfect amount of base. For the linear holo to work in. Build it up at 3 coats. I didn't put a top coat on in the swatch pictures. Yeah, I like these polishes a lot. Okay, next up is this rose gold or pinky one, which is called Pink Strobe. This one has a little bit more color going on in the base. The base pigment of this pinky one is more apparent. I also took 3 coats to build it up. Like I mentioned before, you could put this over like a light pink polish to save you some product. I mean, doing 3 coats is a lot of product. Not that it's like heavy on your nails or anything, but, to save you some of those 10.5 milliliters, you could put it over like a corresponding color to save some, holo goodness. I don't know if the linear holo effect would be just as apparent over a like cream base. Maybe I will try that out in the future to have a way to save some of this polish. But formula-wise, this was like really consistent all across the polishes. Easy to work with, easy to apply, great self-leveling. Really loved this. Swatch pictures, no top coat. Okay, the last of the bunch is this purple one, which is called Lilac Chrome. This one has the most pigment in its base, so that, it just looks the most colorful, if that makes any sense to you. It still took me 3 coats to be happy with opacity, you know, as per visible nail line. Again, you could try putting this over a corresponding light purple cream base, for instance, to save you some product, but I didn't mind doing the 3 coats. Formula was good. Even at 3 coats, I didn't have any lumps and bumps like I've mentioned before. It didn't look overwhelming on my nails, even on my short stubbies. But yeah, I really enjoyed this formula. It was good to work with. Be mindful of the holo pigment though. When you put this on and when you remove it, the holo pigment tends to, you know, stick to your cuticles and stay there for a while. It's going to make a home there. So just be careful when you take these off not to get too much of the holo pigment into your cuticle area. Swatch pictures will be 3 coats, but no top coat.
So there you have it. That were my swatches. I did take 3 coats per polish to build them up to like the full color that you see in the bottle. But I didn't mind doing that, and I just think they are worth it, and they are pretty decent linear holos. I have never seen the like of them in like a drugstore or cheap brand polish. Please let me know if you will know of any like linear holos that you can get for €4, because I will, you know, go there and buy them. Yeah, I don't have a favorite color. I think these are all good in their own rights, and you can do cool stuff with these. I did like the purple one, the purple lilac chrome, that's what it's called, the most, because it's has its own most color. That didn't make any sense, but it's the most pigmented one. The other ones are just, you know, so hollow that the colors are really, really subtle, which I don't mind, but the lilac chrome one has the most pigment in itself. That's basically it. The brushes are really nice. They are, you know, not too thick, not too thin. They are on the thicker side, I would say. They are short and stubby, but they do reach, you know, into the bottle so that you can pretty much get all of the 10.5 milliliters that are in here out. I like the square bottle shape. I really do. Yeah, there's nothing bad that I can say about these. Like, honestly, there's nothing bad. And I'm really glad, again, Tilly, thank you, that you pointed these out, and that I went out and got them straight away, because I don't know how long they will be available. And they were so intriguing here, sitting on my desk, that I, you know, took the time to swatch these even before I continued with swatching all of the stamping plates that I have lying here, because I just really wanted to see how these work. And they work like a charm. I cannot praise these enough. I'm really happy about my little polish haul there from Primark. I'm happy. I know that Primark is not readily available in the States as of yet. Last thing I heard, there's like one in New York or something, or in somewhere else on the East Coast. Yeah, but if you participate in my giveaway that is coming up once we hit 500 subscribers, I have put a few of these puppies in there so that everybody has a chance to get these, even if you don't have access to a Primark. Maybe you can even find them like on eBay or something if you're really into them. But everybody else here in Europe who has a Primark close by, go out, get these. I'm not paid to say this. I bought these myself, and I'm pretty happy that I did. I just can't stress that enough. So let me know your thoughts about these polishes down in the comments below. I'm gonna stand them up now. I don't want to hurt the babies. Yeah, let me know what your thoughts are on these. What do you think of the concept of a linear holo at, you know, that good of a price? Like I said, when we reach those 500 subscribers, which is going to be pretty soon, there will be another giveaway. Can't wait to show you all of the pretty things that I have gathered, and can't wait to, you know, have another winner and send the stuff out. I just love doing that. Yeah, that's it for today, you guys. I love you very much, and I will talk to you next time. Bye!